and we covered 200 kilometers, and we caught 9 days at low tides. And each day was a lower tide than the day before because of the supermoon that we have today, right? And so the last day was yesterday. We covered a mass amount of coastline. We went to the Zodiac and covered around 40 kilometers of Desolation Sound area in a 3-hour ride. At low tide, we see no life whatsoever. We see no kelp forest. We see no habitat. We see no bull kelp. We see no sea anemones. We see 4 species. None of these that you see in the picture here were found in 200 kilometers. We're talking about a total annihilation of sea anemones. Now here's a good example of what I saw every day. We see no crows on the beaches, no eagles. We see no insects on the highways and on the beaches.
Happy Canada Day from Powell River, British Columbia, Canada. Okay, connecting dots here. We're on the exploration for life. And I can't believe he was saying to people he couldn't find any birds. I mean, as I make the video, the damn birds are landing right in the scene here. And as I was just about to start making this video, as I approached the beach here, there was a, what was it again? Oh, I forget the name, but anyhow, and you look in the distance here, just wait. Let me back this up here. You can probably see a couple of birds right down there. They're playing around, right? So, as I said, I was coming on an exploration for life to debunk Dana, that everything on the west coast was dead along the Sunshine Coast. I'm right here in his hometown, just making my very first video here. You'll be watching a collage of videos that were put together over the course of the next couple of days. So, one of the things I wanted to debunk, he's been telling folks that the radiation in Powell River has been over 150, 160, 180 counts per minute. So here I am here with my Ludlam 3A, top-notch Geiger counter with the U.S. Navy probe, the radchick detector DT/57D, and as you can see, there's only what, almost 30 counts per minute now. But also keep in mind, it's quite breezy out here today. I don't know if you can see, but things are blowing around. There's quite a bit of wind here. So, you know, it's counts per minute, so you can't go just by the first view, right? So you're down to what, 20 counts per minute now. And over on my soaks, very normal levels here. Very normal levels. Similar to what I've seen in Victoria. 0.14, 0.16, 0.12, 0.9. It's depending on the wind. When the wind picks up, you get a little bit more of that background radiation blowing around. So yes, I do have a sample. Here we go. Same one I took on my 2011 Cross Canada radiation tour. Yes, it's radioactive. Yes, I shouldn't be touching it right now. You're absolutely correct. So I'll be doing a test later on. I've already tested them, but yeah, just to... Whoops. Gotta hit the reset. Alright, so yeah, soaks, same thing with the soaks, you know. Very reactionary. Okay, so I'm going to take that out of my hand, obviously. We'll do a test later on to calibrate them both. I want to grab this plastic here before it blows away. I don't want any more garbage landing in this beautiful little area here. Anyhow, so I haven't visited any beaches yet. I just got off the ferry less than, I guess about 20 minutes ago, and drove around a little bit and decided, okay, well, I'll make my first video right here. And yeah, no birds for 9 days. I can't believe that's what he was telling folks in 2014, that he drove along the Sunshine Coast of British Columbia, Canada, and didn't see a single bird for 9 days. I'm like, oh, come on, the West Coast is littered with red birds. It's so full of birds. Anyways, beautiful place here. Yeah, wow. There's they're actually having a Canada Day celebration way back down on the beach over here, but I'm not participating in that. I'm not here for Canada Day. I'm here to debunk Durnford and his claims that the Pacific Ocean is dead. And he could even come down to the beach right in his own hometown here and film some wildlife right here. So yeah, no, I'm not looking for his boat. I'm not interested in that. In fact, my lord told me that I shouldn't even go near his home because Dane is the type of person that would like to, just start something over nothing. So I'm just going to do Powell River, a couple of different beaches here, and possibly that whole Sunshine Coast. I doubt it though, because honestly, I've only been here for a couple of minutes, and I mean, I keep looking over that one bird. It keeps flying back into the shore every time I look over with the camera. But yeah, there's a lot of life here, no doubt. And you can see the readings here again. That's about 15 counts per minute right there. Every line is 10. I'm looking at the top one here. So that'd be 20 counts per minute. This oaks takes a while to cool down after it's come in contact with that radioactive sample, but as you can see, it's coming down. Alright, so I'm going to end this clip here, and we'll see where we start off. Probably tomorrow I'll start off all fresh here. I've been traveling all day long just to get up to this place. And you know, another thing I've debunked today, I've been saying that for a long time. He's been lying to all the subscribers, telling them that he has to take like 3 ferries to get over to the courthouse in Victoria. Well, I live in Victoria, and I only took 1 ferry. That's right, 1 ferry, which is what we've been saying all along. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned. Something fresh coming up tomorrow. Okay guys, I'm in Lund. Oh, there's the bird. I was trying to capture that blue heron, but he took off too quickly. Anyhow, I'm just setting up shop here. I'm going to set up the Geiger counters, and I'll start rolling in a second here with some live footage. Live readings. Okay, here we go. On the Ludlam, we have roughly 20 counts to 30 counts per minute. That's about 25 right now, and that's 20. As I said, every tick is 10. Every line there on the CPM bar is 10. So 1K would actually be 100 counts per minute. I've been watching it here for the last couple of minutes, and we've been averaging roughly about 15 to, I'd say, about 30 counts per minute in Lund. Same thing with the soaks. It's been on the higher end here, 0.9 to 0.24. Which is normal, but I'm just saying it's on the higher scale of the normal. Okay, so we're going to be doing a lot of these, and I'm not going to bore you here. You're going to have to take my word on it that I've been watching this. At some point, I guess tomorrow, maybe I'll let it go for a little bit longer. But we are still July 1st here. It's roughly about 8:30 p.m. on the west coast in this beautiful little harbor called Lund. Wish I'd gotten that big heron here. When I first walked down, he was right down on that dock behind that white boat. Anyhow, beautiful location, and I'm going to say goodnight for now and go find my a nice pine. I'm going to sleep underneath the pines by the sea. Did you hear that, Kevin Blanch? I don't know if you folks are getting the joke that's there, but he always says how he sleeps under a pine, but he doesn't sleep in a pine. Anyways, I will be sleeping under a pine tonight by the sea. There's no doubt about that. So as you can see, she's almost hitting there 30 counts per minute right now. She's back down to 20. And same thing with the soaks, as I said, it's been on the higher end, 0.19, 0.24. Okay, so I was just about to leave, and guess who came back to the scene? Mr. Heron. Okay, found a little sign on the side of the road said beach access, so I figured I'd come down the path here. And just as I'm coming down, I'm like, whoa, buttercups. Nice big fat slug. Give you an idea of the size of it. Here's my finger. This thing's huge. It's huge. Okay, so come back here, see if we find anything. Okay, I'm not going to stay down at this beach. There's not too much here. I mean, there is some vegetation on rocks, but other than that, the beach is bare and it's full of boulders. It's not even a nice place to sleep by the beach. So I'm gonna head back up to the car and look for another spot under the pines. Another slug. And another slug. And another slug. And, oh, you're not going to believe this. Yeah, another slug. Oh, what do I see over here? No, wait, Jose, could it be another slug? It is. Oh no, what's that? Another slug. Okay, they're really slugging it out here on the west coast. I thought everything was dead. These guys must be the last survivors. Another slug. Wow. Okay, I'm out of here. And of course, what do you think I'm going to bump into as I'm leaving, right? Another slug. Okay, well, I haven't made it very far. As you can see the beach right there. I just came up that path and I showed you that first bunch of slugs. And, well, guess what I run into again? Another big fat slug. And guess what? Here's two more. Okay, are you ready for this? Because here's two more. And here's another one. And I just look up right here and there's another one. So yeah, a lot of slugs here. I guess the radiation didn't kill them. They're doing quite well on this one path anyhow. This is a slug. And he's the biggest one I've found so far. Again, to compare him to my finger. Much longer. This guy's got to be at least, I'd say, 6 inches long. Massive. Okay, so the radiation readings here on the trail, very normal. So no, it's not a mutated West Coast slug. Okay, they do normally grow this size. You just don't see them all the time. I see them more when I'm out picking chanterelles in the forest, rather than this locally maintained trail that has an access to the beach, but yeah, I was surprised to run into so many.
None of these that you see in the picture here were found in 200 kilometers. We're talking about a total annihilation of sea anemones. Now here's a good example of what I saw every day. We see no crows on the beaches, no eagles. We see no insects on the highways and on the beaches.
Okay, good morning. Connecting dots here. I'm just waking up. It's, well, as you can see, a little quarter after 6 in the morning. I did sleep under the pines by the sea. I wasn't joking, and I don't know if you can see here what's already out there. I mean, I can't believe this guy made claims that he spent 9 days on the Sunshine Coast and didn't see a single bird. Here we are, you know, first thing in the morning, I'm waking up, and what's there? A bald eagle. 6 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna tell me he drove the Sunshine Coast for 9 days and couldn't see a single bird for 9 days? Anyways, it's a beautiful place here, and I'm gonna go out and do a little bit of the beach. Okay, just about to leave, and what comes flying into the picture? That's right, another bird. Yeah, 9 days, not a single bird. And yes, the eagle is still up here. Okay, just walking down here to clean up in the morning, use this little beachside washroom, and what's up there on the grass? Yeah, 2 more birds. Well, actually, Canadian geese. Teeming with life. Okay, let's go start our day. Okay, and as far as bugs, well, I'm in here about to brush my teeth and whatnot, and look at this sucker. He's sitting up here on the counter waiting for me. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, okay, come on, Dana, you're gonna tell me for 9 days you couldn't see a single bug? This guy's not too happy. He seems to be looking right at me too. Okay, anyways, I just want to share with you my bug of the day. This is a beauty. Real beauty. Okay, yeah. This thing is making a hissing sound. Listen to it. Brought him back outside here. Obviously, he doesn't belong inside this Wellington Beach washroom. Probably just attracted because of these big, huge lights here. The lights were left on out all night. So, yeah, he's going to do a lot better out here.
This is Wellington Beach. This is Powell River. So this affects a lot of people. So it's quite devastating. All of this is very devastating because it affects everybody on the planet, but it personally affects me because this is where I live. And so the bull kelp, once again, and the fluorescent kelp is dominating. There was no life there. This is a park. At the top of the picture, you can see a limpet. There's a limpet there. And there's a starfish. You can't see him, but there's one starfish there. Once again, right along the wharfing area where it was normally tons of life, there was no life. And that was Wellington Beach.
Okay, so I'm down at that beach, and okay, this whole claims that he couldn't find any bugs for 9 days. I mean, just look at the number of bugs on this beach. Can you see them hopping around? Let me zoom in on one here. They're all over the place. Some One right here beside me. He's jumping around my legs. Another one right here. Whoops. They're all over. I just walk around in there. Oh, look at, they got a little hole. Yeah. Oh, there's another one. He's kicking up the dirt. You guys see that? He's flicking the dirt up in the air. He digs out the sand with the rear legs and he's kicking it up in the air. I just climbed up that little rocky mound here. I'm on top of that trail. And what do I see over here? Not one, but two. It's washing up in that fresh water that's coming down right in front of it. There's a creek there. I don't know if you can see it, but well, yeah, you can. So that's fresh water that's coming down off the out of town here from the shoreline. And these guys are just down there. Well, the seagull is taking a little bath, and the heron wants to hunt. And there's the catalyst plant in the background. Lots of smoke coming out of that stack. Oh, here comes another seagull. Like I said, for anyone to say they spent 9 days on the Sunshine Coast and didn't see a single bird, you gotta be blind. The West Coast is just loaded with birds. Okay, so I'm at that dock, and just like the dock in Victoria, if you remember in August of 2014, I went down and filmed what was living on the edge of the dock, and here we go, same thing here. Different types of anemones. That's the white sea plume anemone, and I don't know what the other ones are called, but you can see the whole bottom of that dock is just, or this should say the side of the dock is just littered with them. And let's go look at this one. Same thing on this side. Oh, there's some fish here too. There's another fish. I didn't see them there when I was looking there, but yeah, lots of life there. That's another type of sea plume anemone. I don't know what it's called. I only know the white one. Alright, and I noticed there was, I don't know what kind of bird that was, but it's another bird, and there was also some jellyfish that were just floating here a second ago, but I didn't want to bother taking. There's a jellyfish, but I think you can probably see them. There's one right down here. Let me see here. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see them, but there's a whole lot of minnows just below the surface of the water, and there's also a whole bunch of those white jellyfish I was telling you about. These are smaller ones though. There it is right there. So these ones are stuck in this little, I don't know what this is for actually. Is it made for fishing or for, I'm not quite sure. Anyways, there's a whole lot of them right here. They're all stuck in this one little corner here for some reason. And what else is in here? Just a bunch of those white sea plummet enemies. All along the wall here. It's full of them. Okay, let's go see what's on the outskirts here. A lot of bugs. I don't know if you can see all those bugs flying around. That's why I was getting a kick out of him telling people there was no bugs for 9 days. I'm like, what a liar. What a liar. It's full of bugs out here. Bugs, cougars, whales. It's loaded. Okay, and then this here, I gotta go grab some breakfast. I haven't even had a coffee yet, so yeah, back with more later. Okay, I'm down along another stretch of beach here, again in Powell River, July 2nd, and it's still early in the morning, roughly about 7:30, I guess. And I'm just gonna go down and check. Oh, there's another heron. So I'm just gonna go down here and check the beach. Notice there's a lot of birds down there, and obviously they must be looking for something to snack on. So we'll go down and check. Ferry's leaving back to Vancouver Island. Okay, so the first thing I notice is that there's a lot of clams down here. I mean oysters. They're just loaded here, so I don't know if you can see them, but these are all younger ones attached here in the rocks. Definitely attached. There's some more in here. That's another one. There's another one back here. There's another one here. Alright. On the back side of this rock is quite a few here also. Bigger ones though. And I mean, I don't know if you can notice here, but it's just loaded with these. They're all over the place here. Just full of oysters in here. He's full of, like, I don't know if you can see all the little baby snails on him, but he's full of snails also. That's the one thing I noticed, is a lot of snails here. Alright. Another patch of them. Like I said, there's a lot of them here. You can see some of these have been cracked open, so I can't remember the name of the bird here, but there's birds that that's what they do, is they spend their time feasting on these. Some of these are looking like they're freshly cracked. Alright. I mean, just look at these guys. I can't believe he was saying to folks he hadn't seen any birds during 9 days on the Sunshine Coast. It's ridiculous. We're loaded with birds here. Okay, my first rock I've turned over, and look at this. Can you see that? I was telling folks there were no more of these worms left. Dana must be just hating this at this point. Let me see if I can get something here to pull him out of the water. Okay, I got him out of the water. As you can see, he's definitely alive. First rock I flipped over, and I see one. I mean, let's go lift another one up here just to
see if we can hit it twice in a row. Oh, what do we have here? Those little crabs here that I was showing you guys. Back in 2014, I said, oh, if only those guys would lift up the rocks. I said, because the crabs are all there. The problem is, they're not going to show you, right? Under every rock, there's usually a little gap. Okay, all took off. I was too slow getting the camera going. Let's try this again. And there's another one of those little worms. Yeah, that's the way it goes. By the ocean, you just lift up those rocks and looky looky. I was too slow that time. You gotta be fast because these guys move, eh? Can you see that one right there? That thing's huge. I don't know what it is, but you can see the side of it. Right there. Here he is, here. Woohoo! Oh man, she's a biggie. That's one of those same worms I was just looking at, but this is much bigger. Where's that original stick here I got a second ago? Okay, there he is there. So for him to tell you that everything's dead, he couldn't find any of these worms, it's because he's not looking. You can't be driving along the shoreline with your boat and pointing in at the shoreline and telling everyone, oh look it, it's all dead. Damn scammer. Same thing here, it's just loaded with crabs. All you gotta do is lift up the rocks. Full of life, it's low tide.
At low tide we see no life whatsoever.
Okay, so I'm back at that big rock where I run into these oysters here, clinging on to the side of the rock, and make it official, do a morning radiation reading here, July 2nd. You can see the limpets. I mean, even the limpets here, they're all over the place. They're propagating on that rock. There's another one there. I mean, it's just loaded with limpets. Everywhere I look, there's limpets. Okay, so reading here on the high end also. Not you know, this is normal reading, but it's on the higher end of normal. We'll let this go here. See if we go any higher. 0.33. Okay. So that's what I get on this beach. Alright, off to Salisbury Bay. Okay, so I'm roughly about a kilometer from where I was just a second ago here. You can see in the background the dock here where the ferry is located. Anyhow, so all I've done is travel down the road here and along that same stretch of beach. And I'm not going all the way down here, but I just wanted to stop and make this video because I don't know if you can see it already, but look at all those.
There's some oysters. Oysters? I can't even pronounce it.
Oysters. Can you not see all these white dots everywhere? Holy jumping. I mean, it is loaded with oysters here. Yes, obviously they're not all alive, but there are an awful lot of them that still are alive. And I'm just looking at the rocks here, and I'm far away here. I'm up on the high, up above here from the ocean, up on the road. And I can just see, as I was driving by, I'm like, holy jumping, look at all these rocks. They're covered. Every single one of them is loaded with oysters. I mean, no shortage of oysters here. That's for sure. Not on this one beach. Yeah, so many. It's just. Let me see if we can see one of these ones from far away. Every rock I look at has oysters on it. Okay, Saltery Bay Ferry Terminal, and boy, this beach. You know, a while ago I was talking about how there's oysters on that last beach attached to these various rocks, all those white spots. Well, this beach is, our shoreline specifically, is just littered with oysters. It's invasion of the oysters. I don't know if you can see them all, but it's just loaded with oysters. Even on the other side of this staircase here, you can see there's a pile of dead ones there. There's shells. A whole lot of live ones still attached to the rocks. And if I look down here, you can see over to the side the exact same scenario here. I just came up to the dock to see if I could find any fish or anything. I don't know if you just saw that one fish was in there. Oh, there's a starfish. Some white sea plume. Oh, there's that little fish right there. There he is there. Not sure if you can see him, but swam away from me. You can see the little white sea pluming enemies down there. There's smaller ones. Some more here. My first starfish here. But mind you, I haven't been looking over a whole lot of docks, and the beach that we're in wasn't very friendly for starfish, but yeah, here we go.
Okay folks, I had to switch cameras. My battery died on the other one. I'm at a diver's paradise called Mermaid's Cove Provincial Park. It's right near the that ferry dock I was just at here a couple of moments ago. But anyways, I had to switch cameras also. My camera's, the battery died, and I won't be able to zoom in with these ones. With this camera, I should say. This is my GoPro. Anyways, I'm just showing you here some of the write-up. And I'm about to walk down to this beach, and I'll start up the camera once I get down there. Not sure if you can see that, but there's a snake right there. He slithered in underneath that rock. Okay, so first thing I'm noticing is a lot of oysters here. You can see the white patches already. Okay, so I'm going to step down there. I'm going to stop the camera for now and start it back up once I get a little bit more wildlife. Okay, we're getting to the interesting area. Here's another starfish. Have a little look around here. Whoa. Oh, okay, there's some more here, stuck in the corner. Looks like there's at least 2, probably 3 in that corner. Gotta be careful, these rocks are slippery. Oh, what did I just see? there's another one in there. Oh, right, the mother lode. Here we go. See them all along that rock there? And there's a big crab. Or I should say little crab. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, there's a second one there also. Who climbed right out of the water here because they're afraid of the other crab's going to take him out. Oh yes. Can you notice all the bugs flying around? Loaded with bugs. Okay, so a whole bunch of other ones down here. I'm not sure if you can see those other starfish. I'm going to try and get it a little closer. I don't want to fall in the water. There's some type of fish down there. I don't know if you see it. It's on that rock. It looks more like a type of a tadpole. And there's another one right down there on this rock also. Anyways, yeah, starfish galore here. Oh, there's another bigger crab. I'm not sure if you can see that one. Oh, there's a... Can you see what's behind it? Oh. Wow. Okay, so yeah, can you see all the starfish all the way down there? They're all in that crevice. I'm going to see if I can go around from the other side here and get them from the other side. Okay, I'm on the other side now. And I'm on the other side of that rock. And I'm not even back to that exact same location. I can already see the starfish nestled in these little corners here. Nooks and crannies, which is what I've been saying for a long time. You know, if you want to look for starfish, you got to go to... And that one still looks like it has the... Well, I was going to say the starfish wasting disease. Yeah, I still feel it on this one, you know. It doesn't feel normal. It's supposed to be rugged like this one. And it's not. It's getting all that soft tissue. So, even though I'm not a specialist in that disease, and I've mentioned that before, I'll be doing a phone interview with University of Cornell researcher Drew Harvell. And we'll get a little bit more on the starfish wasting disease, but just wanted to show you. They're not all gone. I'm just at one location. There's another one down there. Looks about 2 or 3 or 4 down in this location. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at this one. Whoo-hoo. Very unique. A couple more here. I'm going to flip the rock back over because this is what I've said. They don't like to be faced with direct sunlight. You know, the predators can pick them off really easily. And this is the same location where I was at a while ago, right? I was right over here. Now I keep seeing this bug all over the place. You see that thing? There's another one right here. Anyways, yeah, a lot of starfish down in this hole also. You can see one of those big bugs walking up against the side of that starfish. And there's quite a few down there also. Very calm out here. So that statue of that mermaid is actually right where that buoy is. There's about 60 feet of water right there. This is actually a diver's park. I mean, you can swim here also, but they've sunken that. Okay, there's another one of those. And I just noticed there's another starfish here also. Sea star. Starfish. Okay. So, oh boy, you can tell it drops off. Yeah, there's a drop off there. So, yeah, like I said, at the buoy, apparently there's 60 feet of water. There's another one of those starfish. That one doesn't look too healthy, though, to be honest with you. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm not going to spend any more time on this coast here. It's pretty obvious that there's lots of birds. There's still starfish. I must admit, I haven't seen a sea urchin, but, you know, if you've been watching this video here, you may have noticed I haven't gone to an awful lot of places. Oh, you can see that fish right there picking on a crab. The crab's alive, and that fish down there is trying to make a snack out of him. I don't know if you can catch that. He's not giving up either. The fish is going back at him, even though the crab's trying to get away. Okay, so yeah, I haven't gone an awful lot of places. This is actually really the first type of ideal beach to find this type of marine life, and I'm quite happy with what I found in this one location. So I'm going to end the video here and go back to Powell River, maybe hit another beach and hop on a ferry, and I'm out of here. I'll do some more reading so we can finally get it through everyone's head that the radiation here on the west coast is not 150 or 200 counts per minute, as Dana's been saying. It's roughly identical, the same levels as I picked up in 2011 when I bought both of my Geiger counters, the Ludlam and the Soaks. Alright, so I'm going to end this here, and stay tuned for the next clip. Yeah, and also one more thing. I'm not going to check all of this. I mean, there's an awful lot of beach here, and as you can see, there are an awful lot of nooks and crannies. And needless to say, if I can find, you know, this amount of starfish here, the amount of crabs are here, it's going to be roughly about the same, hit and miss, as you go down this coastline, depending on what the coastline looks like, right? So I'm not going to do all of this. And this is also, I'm going to stress this again, this is the whole reason why I knew Dana was lying in August 2014 when he told everyone that during this 9-day expedition for life, him and his buddy had traveled 200 kilometers of the coastline, investigated 200 kilometers of the Sunshine Coast. I've only done 2 little spots where I pulled over with my car. And unbelievable how much sea life I'm finding right there. The amount of bugs, the amount of birds, the amount of oysters, mussels, crabs, snails, limpets. Really, it's pretty evident that the guy was lying right from the very first day when he came back and made these claims that he'd traveled 200 kilometers, which is impossible. Just look at the shoreline here. Do you really think he can do 200 kilometers, a guy in a wheelchair? Obviously not. And even his friend, the old guy that was carrying the camera, impossible. They admitted in the end that all they did was pull over at various provincial parks, just like I'm doing right now. That's where I'm at right now. This is a provincial park. So, yeah. Mermaid Cove, right here. One little stretch of beach. You saw how many starfish? I don't know what to say. It's very sad here that some of you are still fooled by this. But like I said, I'm going to go back into Powell River and see if I can get some more footage for you folks. Okay, I didn't leave the park just yet. Those young boys you could hear in the background told me to go on the other side of that rock, and this is it. There's a small little beach here, very, very small. And they told me there's a lot more starfish here because of, well, like I've been saying, you know, lack of light. You're going to find a lot of critters. Okay, so I can notice right off the get-go, there's about 3 of them here. Let's pick up another rock just to see what happens. Here we go. More of these crabs running off. Alright, that's all. I'm not going to spend my day lifting up rocks. I think you've got it figured out by now that every time I'm going to lift up a rock, there's going to be a whole lot of wildlife, right? Okay. Oh, there's some more here. Oh, there's some more over here. There's another one here. And there's a cluster of them underneath there. You can see them all hidden away here. There's another one there. There's another one in there. There's another one down here. Oh. Oh, there's a couple more in here. There's a couple more right in there. And there's another one way down there. How many are we up to now? I don't know. There's quite a few here I've seen so far. There's another cluster of them. There's another one all by himself up there. Well, the kids were right, eh? Going the other side of the rock, there's a lot more starfish. Well, it's because of the shade, right? As you can see here, they're over on that side, it's a full-on sun, and they don't like the direct sunlight, so they kind of look for these little nook and crannies out of the sun so they can shelter during low tide. Alright, so I'll travel down a little bit further here. Those are shells on the ground. You can see an awful lot of shells. Oh, there's a couple more right in here. Oh, another little cluster. I bet you I'd pull that rock back and be a whole bunch of them behind that rock, but I don't want to disturb them. It's low tide right now, and it's a little bit more difficult for them to move around. Okay, how many have we seen so far? I mean, just on this one little stretch. I mean, we're probably well over 15 so far. 15, 20, I'm not sure. I mean, it's almost like everywhere I look. Oops, almost stepped on that one. Almost everywhere I look, I can see starfish on the side. The kid was absolutely right. There's another one there. Another one here. Another one there. Another one here. There's another one over here. Yeah. There's another one over on that side. I'm not sure if you can see that purple dot. I can see another one over there. I'm not going to walk all of this. I mean, it's pretty evident. And the starfish are here. Just that Dana doesn't want to come down to the beach and, you know, investigate his own shoreline, because people would realize, holy shit, hold on a second, Dana. Connecting Dots went down there and he found a whole bunch of these starfish. Why are you telling people everything's dead and gone? I mean,
At low tide, we see no life whatsoever.
so sad, eh? It's about scamming. I hope you folks realize that, right? About blaming the nuclear industry and not talking about thorium. 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 Clean nuclear energy. Here's another one. Okay, that's it for this location. And there's another little cluster in here. A few more here. Another one over here. Okay, I'm going to end this here. As you can see, there's an awful lot of shoreline, and if I was to start looking in all these nook and crannies, guess what I would find? Yeah, a whole lot of starfish. Okay, that's it. I'm done for now. Heading back to Powell River this time. Goodbye, Mermaid Cove. That's the rock there you can see just below the backside where I just finished off. Beautiful little park. Very quiet.
Okay, so I'm on my way to Lund, and I had to stop here. There was a little bay, but unfortunately I went a little too far. Anyways, I had an opportunity to recharge a little bit of this battery here, and I'm going to zoom in. I'm not sure if you can see what's over on the other side of the bay. No, it looks like the auto zoom is all messed up. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping to be able to zoom into, there's a bunch of ducks over on the other side here. You see those ducks? There they are. They're all sitting in that little bay. It's too bad the zoom won't work properly. I dropped the camera, it's all smashed up, so most of the features I can't access anymore. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. Another shot here of a beautiful little bay. And I'm off the Lund. Big raven. He just flew across the highway. Okay, so I'm back in Lund here, and almost the exact same spot as last night where I came down here and did the radiation readings. You may recall the building over here, right behind me. And anyhow, so these are kind of like train tracks into the water, where they can bring boats right out of the water and repair them. Anyways, down on this beach, the exact same scenario. It's littered with those same white dots, loads of clams, oysters, loaded with oysters. Everywhere I looked, it was the same scenario. And well, we're at low tide, as you can see, obviously. You can see the clear line right along the edge of that rock. That's a high tide line, which is this dark section right here. And looking at the vegetation down below, it looks all dried up. Looking over these rocks over here, you can see more of those clams. Oysters, I mean, sorry. Clams or oysters. And another seagull sitting out. Okay, I'm going to set up my radiation gear and we'll do another reading here over
that same location as I was yesterday, right on the other side of that tree. Okay, so I'm all set up here, back in that same spot as last night when I was here, July 1st. The wind's a little brisker than last night. It's picked up a little bit. Let's see here if I can get those. See those flags? Same ones as last night. The wind's blowing really well today. And 380 is giving me an average here of about roughly 20 to 30 miles per minute. Again, that is the fact that the wind's picked up. Soak is same thing, 1.6, been kind of low. It's been 1.24, 1.3 low. There's 1.36 right now. Whoops, the probe just DT/53D. I was telling folks that the detector alone here, this probe, U.S. Army probe, that's a $300 probe, and it has a very small surface to read the radiation. That's it. That's why they use it at a nuclear plant. It's very precise. Okay, so it's given me roughly the same here. 20, 25 counts per minute right now. Every line is 10 counts. It's about 25 right there. Back to 20.
Okay, so I'm sitting in this little park here. I just had something to eat, and well, just a little salad, I should say, not much. And well, you can see the readings in the park. Highest I've seen so far was 0.29, lowest 0.16. And the other thing I noticed is, oddly enough, you may have noticed here earlier today, I found all these mussels, right? These various locations, and as I arrive here, I look into the pit, and sorry, not mussels, oysters. Again, my mistake. Yeah, somebody who was shooken oysters by the campfire. So the residue is the white shells here, as you can see. Nice little park. Very small. Awful lot of these fire ants. It's the one thing I noticed. A lot of fire ants. Okay, so let's see the readings. 0.22 microsieverts per hour.
Okay, here we go. Queen of Burnaby.
The King of Fools. Yes, Dana, I'm calling you a fool at this point because only a fool would get out there and say what you've said in this video. And folks, if you haven't heard it yet, I'm not going to play the entire thing. The link is down below. But here's a small portion of what's being said now. I've been threatened, and anyone who disagrees with him and says anything that goes against what he says, We're all, yeah, tracked. Our days are numbered, he says.
Why shouldn't we build an army to go after these fuckers right now?
Wow. Build an army to go after those effers right now. What are you going to do to us?
Because when I go out in that ocean in a week's time, less than that, in just a few days, we're gone out on that ocean. And as we move up the coastline, they can't hide it anymore. You can't frustrate me anymore once I get underwater. You can't get at me anymore once I go underwater.
Who's they? Do you wonder who's they? Well, I know who they is. There's no one else. It's me. I know. I've done research. I'm trying to find out anyone else is trying to debunk him. It's me. But he's threatening me. And anyone who's left any comments in his section there that goes against his occult world and beliefs.
And we will take those IP addresses. We will hunt you down. You don't think we will? You should guess again. You're done. I'm going to organize it myself, personally, to hunt all you fuckers down. Every one of you.
Wow. I got to back that up. You guys got to hear that again.
You're done. I'm going to organize it myself, personally, to hunt all you fuckers down. Every one of you. We want to know who you are. We want to know everything about you. We want you, just like you're trying to do, destroyed with me. Like you're trying to do with me, you're destroying me. For going and looking. You can't call me a lawyer until you go there and you look yourself and you take a picture and you put the video up on the internet and you put it up on the internet. And then you can call me a lawyer. Until you fucking do that, you can't call me a lawyer. Don't call me a fucking lawyer. I'm not lying. The fucking ocean is dead. Why do you think I'm here? Why do you think I'm fucking here? Do you think it's a joke? Do you think the last 9 days is some kind of sick fucking joke? Don't anybody call me a lawyer again. You go look, you get pictures, you put them up on that site before you open your mouth and you slur me. You do not take my name and use it that way. I do not deserve that. I do not lie. What I show you is what is there. You will not treat me like that anymore. I am sick of it. This is why we have a dead ocean. It's because we allowed you to be the bully. You will not bully us anymore. We will look for your IP address in the future. And we will hold you to account. Don't think we won't. Don't think we're not paying attention to you. Don't think we don't look at people out there that are trolls and record their IP addresses. Don't think we're not doing that. We know who you are. We know what you've done. And we're going to go prove it. And there's nothing you can say will change that.
Lots of sea life, folks. Don't get bullied by his threats. Don't worry about it.